How's it going, everybody? I am Daniel Galvan, reporting here in Parts Unknown with the first ever edition of the Revolution Recap, which is a weekly recap of all the happenings of the Wrestling Revolution. And on this first edition, we're going to look back at Accolade. This event happened on May the 4th. Darth Vader was in attendance. Spoiler alert, Darth Vader is Jason Jordan's father. Now, the opening contest was between Downtown Felix and your favorite American hero's favorite American hero, Jim Justice. Downtown Felix went to work early. He got the early advantage, but Justice was able to turn things around with a big-time inverted atomic drop. That must have hurt really bad. Downtown Felix eventually left the ring and left the arena, apparently. It was crazy. Jim Justice went to follow him. Everyone was gone like it was a random snap of the fingers. Felix made his way back to the ring. It was an 8 count and 9 count, and right before 10, Jim Justice made his way to the ring and punished Downtown Felix for all of his tomfoolery, getting the big victory. Then we had a tag team matchup between the Lucha Kingdom tandem of Principes Celestial and El Naval against Michael Autumn and Gato Azul. Fun fact about Gato Azul, he invented the avocado. Thank you, Gato. Now, this was a fast-paced match contested under Lucha Libre rules, which that means this was a best 2 out of 3 falls match. The team split the opening 2 falls, and it was really back and forth all throughout, but the deciding fall went to Michael Autumn as he hit a crossbody off the top rope to get the 1, 2, 3. Moving on, we had a matchup between Jodan and the Wrestling Revolution Grand Warrior Tony Strong. Notice how Tony Strong has a shirt that says Alpha. If I had a shirt, it would say Beta. Nevertheless, let's talk about the action. A beautiful standing moonsault from Tony Strong. But Jodan was not a fan of that beauty. He was nonplussed. He turned the tables, got some offense in on Strong. Eventually, though, Tony Strong was able to recover, and the Grand Warrior took care of business like only he can. And then we had the co-main event. Matt Riot came out saying he wasn't scheduled to wrestle, but he wanted to get some competition in, so he paid for his own opponent, and that check must not have cashed, as JJ LeVay made his Cena El Rey debut, and he looked great. JJ LeVay really gave Matt Riot a tough contest, but Matt Riot was eventually able to hit some big high-impact moves, connecting with multiple shots to the head of JJ LeVay, and eventually soaring through the air with a pretty awesome shooting star press. And right after the match, Matt Riot grabbed the microphone and he challenged the Grand Warrior Tony Strong. And Tony Strong accepted the challenge, and that sets up this Friday night's main event at the Cena El Rey. Matt Riot will challenge for the Grand Warrior Championship against Tony Strong. That's a stellar matchup, and it will be a stellar main event. But speaking of stellar main events, that's what we have left to cover. It was a tag team championship match between Chris Austin and Sharpshooter Roberts, challenging the Novum Genis tandem of Ray Knight and Eric Shadows. Roberts and Austin are the former champions trying to get their titles back, and they started great right away. Shooter locked in a sharpshooter of his own. Shadows was able to escape, but once Chris Austin got the tag, man, he was like a ball of energy soaring through the air with multiple dives on his opponents. But eventually, Novum Genis was able to isolate Chris Austin. From that point forward, they delivered significant punishment, and Austin was beaten down. But eventually, he was able to get a bit of spark of offense, land an awesome top rope blockbuster, and tag in Shooter Roberts, who came in and really went to work with Shadows, eventually going back to that sharpshooter. And here, this is the crazy part. He got Eric Shadows to submit to the sharpshooter, but referee Dave Blackwell did not see that, as Ray Knight distracted him, and unjustly, Shadows got a roll up, got his feet on the ropes, and got the 1, 2, 3. So Novum Genis was able to retain their tag team championship, but those titles will be on the line in a very short amount of time, as starting this Friday, the 8 tag team Brotherhood of War tournament will begin. And in Wrestling Revolution, every time there's a tournament, a championship is on the line, so the tag team titles will be up for grabs. Shadows and Knight will be in the tournament. They'll be taking on Austin and Shooter Roberts in a rematch 2 weeks from now. But this Friday, you will see 2 tag team matches. The Nightmares of Pain will make the Wrestling Revolution debut. This is one of the heaviest hitting tag teams in all of Texas, and they will take on Gato Azul and Michael Autumn. The other tag team match will be between the bold and beautiful tag team of Joey Romero and Jodan taking on the Lucha Kingdom duo of Príncipe Celestial and El Naval. You will also, this Friday, doors open at 8 o'clock, show starts at 8:30, $10 for an adult, $5 for a kid. You will see Slash vs. Downtown Felix, a triple threat that will crown a #1 contender as Captain America's favorite hero, Jim Justice, takes on Rob Love and Richard Reason. And don't forget about the big-time Grand Warrior Championship main event, Matt Riot versus Tony Strong. You should absolutely be there. I tell you what, if you go to CNL Array and say Daniel sent you, you can pay full price. Reporting for Wrestling Revolution, I'm going to go explore parts unknown, find Papa Shango. I'm Daniel Galvan.